Oh yeah, good moment world. How are y'all doing today? This is the Phoenix, flying into the moment once again to deliver peace, love, and awareness to you and on all the beautiful people out there. And today we're just sitting back, chillaxing, taking in that sun. We're charging up. Oh yeah, it is indeed a beautiful day. So what I want to talk about in this short little video is just something I want you all to consider when you're meeting people. Is this idea, not idea, but this really fact that we are all being piloted by energies and awareness that we don't know or we can't see. It's hidden. It's in the mystery. It's the magic. It's the mystical, right? I think this is something that oftentimes people forget. Because sure, you might hear the phrase that we are all God, we are all one, we are all the universe inside and out. But I feel like a lot of people are disconnected from what this really means, right? So when we go to meet people for the first time, we have to understand something. We have to understand that these people, this person that you are communicating with, is operating mostly out of their subconscious. The subconscious, like what, it takes care of about what, 90 to about 95% of what we do. We don't really consciously think about a lot of the things that we do, right? Not all the time, anyways. A lot of times, the moment to moment, a lot of it arises out of our subconscious, and it arises out of routines or things that we do over time, things that we constantly do every day, right? No one is 100% consciously thinking about everything that they're doing 100% of the time, because honestly, things would slow down that way. As my father told me, actually. He actually made that point because I had this conversation with him earlier today, and he said things would slow down. I was like, you're absolutely right. Because if we weren't on autopilot, things would slow down. We would be constantly mulling over, should I do this? Should I do that? Blah, 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 blah. And we do this already, but it would significantly, it will slow things down to a crawl, right? Like really slow, like that. Because think about your body, right? Your body is the universe. So your body is doing things, fighting off pathogens, causing wars, constantly replenishing itself, constantly transforming itself, and you're not doing anything about it. Sure, you might contribute food to it. Sure, you might do things to influence your body, but your body is on autopilot. Your body is being piloted by energies and awareness, whether you want to call it God or the universe, Jesus, Buddha, whatever it is that you want to believe in. It is being piloted by energies that you aren't necessarily aware of, right? Your heart beats automatically for you. You should be grateful for that, right? But most people we just take this for granted. We just totally take this for granted, right? So, if we're being piloted by energies that we can't necessarily see on the surface, we have to take in consideration that whenever we're meeting someone, that they're being piloted by energies, right? They have a heroic mission. They have a reason why they came to Earth. So, no matter what you might think of the person, no matter what judgment you place on them, you have to understand that some consciousness is still piloting that body despite the way you feel about them. Despite if you believe that they are a morally good person or a morally bad person. Some energy unconditionally loves that human and is piloting them through this life. Think about that. Seriously, when I meet people, I almost just sort of imagine, like, and it could be an aura, so to speak, but I almost just imagine like a kind of like a rainbow cosmic energy surrounding that person. Or almost like perhaps this is just a machine, right? And perhaps there's a mini them that's piloting the body from like the heart, right? Perhaps there's like a window right here and they can actually see out. This is actually, if you guys want to know a good way to really feel powerful, is to literally envision your body as like a giant robot or machine and shrink your perspective down to like something really, really tiny. And put it right here and put it up here, right? And almost put like, say like a window and you can see out from there. Doing this practice, just kind of envisioning that and holding that image in your head, it humbles you to everything in your surroundings, and it humbles you to your own body and your own capabilities. But seriously, we have to understand that our bodies are being piloted by the universe, God, our higher selves, and in a way, it's like we're living our life backwards, but going forwards at the same time. It's kind of like we're sewing everything backwards, but at the same time, our perspective, it seems like we're going forward through life, right? But in actuality, it's kind of both ways at the same time. It's kind of a weird way of thinking, right? And honestly, a lot of times with these ways of thinking, you kind of end up hitting a wall, right? I don't think we're necessarily meant to know everything or understand everything. However, we need to humble ourselves to the point and realize that it doesn't really matter what you think about somebody. There's a consciousness that is still allowing their heart to beat and loves them unconditionally, which means that they have some heroic mission, some higher purpose, a higher authenticity that would help, that can help millions of people, whether they find it or not. So unfortunately, a lot of people don't necessarily make it, but they have that. You know, it doesn't matter if you think they're the scum of the earth. It doesn't really matter what you think, right? We need to stop playing the role of the being the judge, right? Because it's very evident that the universe and God doesn't judge. It's impartial and it loves everybody unconditionally, no matter what's going on. So really just think about that. The next time you're meeting someone, the next time you just come into contact with people, understand that they're being piloted by energies that you might not necessarily have the awareness of, right? And understand that you yourself are also being piloted by those same energies, that same universe, right? Perhaps a different higher self, but definitely by the same, we're all connected to that same brain, that same consciousness. And your goal is to reconnect back to that. Anyways, that does it for this video. I hope you all liked it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and remember to find the gold in this moment, where that is all that exists, and I will catch you all on the next video. Woo!